All right. Well, let's do this reaction. Let's kind of see what Taylor the Fiend has to say about this subject. So here we go.
Here today from Darius M, titled When Women Finally Realize They Are Not Valuable. Now, as far as I know, this contains a lot of women complaining that men are not approaching them, which of course is absolutely hilarious. Now, today's video was suggested to be by Matrix of Madness. I'm going to leave both channels linked in the pinned comments, so make sure you go and subscribe to those guys. And let's just jump right into the video.
Just got back from a date. I think I'll just... How do you freeze eggs?
Leave women alone.
All
Please do
right.
not approach me. Stop approaching women.
Leave women alone.
Yeah, basically what they're doing right now is pretty much saying, proving a point without really saying it, right? You have all these women saying, leave me alone, I don't want to be approached, which is fine. If you don't want to be approached, you don't want to be approached. No, I'm not. If you're not interested, you're not interested, but the women that do, it kind of hurts those women that actually do. So, now we're going to see a lot more women that do want to be approached, never be approached, because men are just going to go, yeah, okay, cool. We're not going to do it then. Heard you. Loud and clear. Got it.
This is a serious matter.
You are lucky to be in my presence.
The art of chasing does not exist anymore. The art of proper courting a woman does not exist anymore.
I agree.
Yeah. And I just want to feel...
I'm here to tell you right now.
Well, I agree. It doesn't exist anymore because, that requires women to want men to do that and to be chivalrous. And women have told men, we don't want you. We don't need you. We're constantly being told all the time that we're not wanted or needed. So you can't really have courting. You can't really have that because that requires a gentleman and you have to have both sides. So it's not going to work.
Now, we don't care.
Doesn't exist.
We don't care.
I used to think, why am I single? Is there something wrong with me?
Yes.
And then I went to therapy and realized, yes, there actually is.
Red flags.
I
Nice.
am
Not
the
bad.
problem.
Not a bad thing to go to therapy, but yeah.
They
Probably shouldn't be
don't
dating
court
if you're going to therapy.
Like whatever happened to flowers and phone calls and
I mean, you told men that you don't want flowers, that you don't want the phone calls, that you don't want to be approached, that you don't want to be spoken to. You see, as much as men get made fun of for saying, we don't listen, we're not very attentive, I would actually argue that men are very attentive towards women, and they do listen to women. A lot of women these days have come out and said, I don't want men to approach me. So what men have said is, okay, not a problem. And
I would somewhat agree with that. I think men are attentive to women, just not in the way that women think, like what they want, I should say. Women, from what I've seen, tend to want a guy that's just like, oh, he knows what I want and he doesn't have to ask and he just does it. And we're not mind readers. You need to, it takes effort on both sides. And most modern women, I don't think, want to put in that effort. And for most men, including me, I'm usually going to decide if I want to, if I was single, I'm not single, but if I was single, I'm going to decide if I want to, if I think you're worth approaching, I'm going to see how you behave, how you conduct yourself, because actions speak a lot louder than words. If you're constantly being really sassy and rude and you're just unpleasant to be around, I'm not going to even waste my time. But if you're nice, you're fun to be around, you can have a good conversation, you conduct yourself well, yeah, I might approach if I was dating. But, a lot of these women keep showing that they don't want to be approached. They dress really immodestly. That's fine. You can dress however you want, but don't expect good quality men to come your way if you're dressing like that. You're being rude, you should be lucky to be in my presence. That kind of stuff is man repellent. Men do not want to be around narcissistic, entitled women. It's a man repellent. But anyways, let's keep going.
then we wind up with videos like this of women complaining that they're not getting
Right.
approached anymore. So it's kind of like lose-lose if you're a dude. You approach them, they complain. You don't approach them, they also complain.
Whatever happened to flowers and phone calls and good morning, babe, and good
Yeah, you can't win because women like these women are never happy, never satisfied. They always want more. You're never gonna win, so why try?
night, babe.
Okay, this is a serious question for the guys. I have this conversation with my female friends, I think, like, I'm not even kidding, once a week. So I'm just curious what the real reasoning is behind it. But most of my girlfriends say that whenever they're out, they never get approached by guys ever.
How I feel after
There's a few reasons why men don't approach you anymore. Number one, when women are saying this, what they're really complaining about is that the attractive men don't approach them as much as they want.
Exactly.
But a lot of dudes are no longer approaching these days. There's a few reasons for that. Number one, it's a risk. Women can accuse you of something. They can call you creepy. They can completely ruin your social life because they feel like it. So there's a lot of risk there. Number two, a lot of the women are not worth approaching. They have terrible attitudes. They've been with a whole bunch of different guys. They're incredibly entitled. So, and number three, you get treated like trash even if you do approach the women and talk to them and everything like this. You'll get ignored on social media. You get treated like an option. There really is, in short, very little upside for men to approach modern women these days.
Friends say that whenever they're out.
And to add on to that, if you're not everything that these women look for, you are an option. So most men just don't even want to be bothered. It's like, why should I even do anything if I'm just going to be an option and that woman's going to tell you that you should be lucky to have her because she's settled, that kind of crap.
They never get approached by guys ever.
how I feel after going out in public and getting 0 compliments, 0 people approaching me, 0 people asking me for my number when this is a known thing.
Literally screams to me entitlement. No man needs to approach you. No man needs to ask you anything. You're not entitled to a man's attention. This to me just screams you want attention.
For girls to experience. Y'all, I could not relate more. Like, I swear, not even the construction workers want me. Like, I could walk in New York by a construction site. Nobody would say anything. I know this.
I've heard very, very terrible things about women from New York. They seem to be the worst of the worst. Just before we continue, I want to go back to this video here, guys, because a lot of people say, oh, Taylor or other people on this side of the internet, you're just cherry picking videos. I just want to point out something. This TikTok right here of the woman complaining that she gets 0 compliments, 0 people approaching her, 0 people asking her for her number. This has many, many thousands of likes on it. I believe that's 5,000 comments, 4.5 thousand saves, I believe this is. It's been shared to other people 2,245 times. I would assume this has like 90,000 likes or something like that on it. I can't quite tell. But these videos, guys, are everywhere, absolutely everywhere. A lot of women are relating to this. A lot of women are sharing it. This is a big deal, as it were, that women are not being approached.
Yeah, it's trendy to hate men. So, even if they don't believe it, you're getting likes, you're getting clicks, you're getting validation. So they're going to do it. Even if they do or do not believe it, it's trendy. It's trendy to do this.
Not my problem, but it's a big deal to women. Let's continue.
Would say anything. I know this isn't something that you should want, but after a while it's like, damn.
I know it, and I've heard it from men saying why they don't approach me. The reason why you are not getting approached is because these men see you as a woman with high value.
Yeah.
Wrong. They see you as a woman not wanting to invest time, effort, or anything in because if you can't even be grateful for a cup of coffee that's being paid for, most men don't want to deal with you. That's really what it is. It's not that you're high value.
Yes. The reason why men are not approaching you is because you're too valuable.
It's really not that complicated. I'm sure he's gonna explain it, so I'll let Taylor the Fiend go.
What kind of mental gymnastics is this? This makes absolutely no sense. It's actually the complete opposite.
Exactly.
Men are not approaching you because you're not very valuable to the men. This is so insane to me, guys. This is like trying to sell a car, and then you're like, man, nobody wants to buy this car. The car must just be too good. The quality of the car is just too high. Really, really silly logic here.
What? How do you feel about women?
Yeah, and to add on to that, this is just I personally believe a lot of these women do this because they don't want to face the truth, so they lie to themselves, right? We all kind of do it. We all lie to ourselves a little bit. We know deep down the truth, but we want to lie to ourselves to make ourselves feel better. I've been guilty of it. I've done it before because the truth hurts. You know, the truth can be painful at times, and it can be difficult to acknowledge that. But I think if you acknowledge that, that means you're growing as a person and you're being better. But yeah, what this woman is saying, you know, if you're a woman watching this and you're wondering why you can't get a man, you're probably never going to get a man because you're probably not going to want to do the things that men want. Does that mean you're worthless? Does that mean you're a bad person? No, but you know, you got to live with the choices you make in life. And if you make the choice to not be pleasant or to be around, to be narcissistic, to be annoying, to be entitled, you're not going to attract men. Well, you're not going to attract any good men. You know, I'm assuming you've probably been in relationships before and you haven't had good experiences, so you're going on media complaining about it. Right? Anyways, let's keep going.
Dressing promiscuous on Halloween.
I think it's amazing.
You think it's amazing?
I do.
What if they're in a relationship though?
I think you men need to be more secure. I think he's insecure if he feels.
Yeah, let me dress inappropriately in front of my man. If this ever happened and I had a girlfriend or wife that did this, I'd immediately dump her. It's really fucking disrespectful to do that shit. You know? She's not for the world, she's not for the streets, she's for you. And if she respects you and cares about you and cares about your feelings, she would cover up a little bit. If she just argues, she starts arguing with you, don't even argue, just break up with her. Seriously, don't put up with this crap. Have a little more self-respect for yourself. There's gonna be a woman out there that will care about you and will be like, oh, I'm so sorry, I don't mean to upset you. It's not even that. I think women have this idea that if men tell them to dress modestly, that's the word I was looking for, that it's controlling and he's telling you what you can and can't do. Well, that's fine. You can go dress however you want, but don't expect me or any other man that doesn't tolerate that crap to be there when you get back. So you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Just saying.
Like emasculated by a woman dressing hot on Halloween.
That's not it, so
Why does she need to look sexy for anybody else but him?
Don't even try. Don't even explain it to this woman. She doesn't care.
Oh my goodness, they are so full of it, man.
Yeah.
So full of it. Oh, I'm just dressing up like this for myself.
Don't even try. Like if you run into a woman that thinks like this, don't even try to explain it to her. She's convinced. Just let it go, move on, and go about your life and let her do her thing. Don't even explain it to these women. They don't want to hear it.
Yeah, okay. Why don't you sit in your own lounge room then? But no, they have to dress provocatively, go out in public, take pictures on social media, and share it to everybody. Guys, please never believe this stuff from women. They will try and gaslight you endlessly. Oh, you're just insecure. You don't like me doing this because you're not a real man. You just need to have more confidence in
you hear any of that shit from women, you break up with them. Just again, I've dated a woman that did this. Like if you didn't, a real man would buy this for me. A real man would do this, and I was stupid and I let it happen, and I should have just dumped her. Dump these women. Do not put yourself through this crap. I'm telling you, it's not worth it.
Yourself. Yeah, you know what? I'm confident that you're for the streets. How about that?
Like if you're so insecure about me looking hot, then that's fine.
Do you have a boyfriend right now?
No.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Would you guys date her?
Hell no. There's a general lack of
No.
Rejected.
What's one thing you miss about your ex?
She thinks this is funny? Dude, if that's her boyfriend, I'd dump her right there too. What the hell is wrong with these people? Seriously, why would you say that? Why would you say that? Like that's the first thing. That's the first thing that comes out of your mouth. It's like she doesn't think. Like I wouldn't even think about saying that in public.
Nah. You don't care?
She belongs to the streets.
She belongs. Do you have anything to say about that?
I agree with him. That's so. I mean, I don't know if they're dating. If they're dating, that's hella fucked up. But if they're just like hanging out, then whatever. I'll be like, hey, you do you. I'm not dating you.
I feel like
Don't
you should
touch
like
me with a
have a
10-foot
hug
pole.
now or something. Just make it up. Yeah, there we go.
Why on earth are they hugging or being encouraged to hug, man?
Yeah, dude.
As soon as those words, I think this dude said his sentence out of spite towards the woman because he just got mad instantly. But as soon as the woman says that, it's over, man. It's completely over. Just throw the woman out. I have said this, but a lot of these women are not.
Yeah, what Taylor's saying, immediately agree. Dump her. If she's gonna say that, not dating, not wife material, bro. The sex is so good with my ex. Like, who the fuck thinks that? Why would you say that?
Not deserving of relationships, man. They say the most disrespectful crap. They treat their boyfriends terribly, and then the boyfriends, for whatever reason, go on to hug the women. Hell no. Like, no.
Boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Resolved.
What do you bring to the table?
Everything. I got 2 kids, you know what I mean? So I'd
What?
everything. If you're willing to provide for my kids, and
Okay. So you bring everything to the table, yet you have 2 kids. So this is what men think when you say this. Okay, I have to take care of a woman that's not the most attractive woman. She has 2 kids, so now I have more problems and liabilities. She's going to say, oh, you're not the father, and so you're not going to have any say in how those kids are brought up. Yeah, bad investment. I wouldn't be dating this woman. She's not worth that. I might date her if she takes care of her own kids and does that, but it sounds like to me, from what she's saying, she doesn't want to do that. She wants to sleep around, have kids, not take accountability for her choice, and then have someone else to do that for her, and I don't think that's a good investment. Just saying.
everything.
Everything like what?
My kids, my life, my mental health, everything, like everything.
What?
So
Wait. I have to go back to this
So translation,
individual.
I don't bring anything to the
This
table.
woman,
I want everyone
apparently
to do
what she
something for me.
brings to a man's life, this is crazy. She brings, number one, kids that are not your own, by the way, so they're not even yours. She brings kids to the table. She brings her mental health and her life.
That's great.
Oh my goodness.
Drama
that is something. Wow, I wonder why dudes don't want relationships with women these days. I have no idea.
Right?
This video here, why don't men approach women anymore? Let's take a listen.
I have a question for men.
Yeah, what's up?
What's going on? Why don't you guys approach women anymore?
Why would I approach women when, you know what I could do instead? You know what men can do instead? They can load up a video game. I could go play World of Warcraft instead. That is such a better alternative than to approach modern women. Like, guys, you know, you could waste your time playing video games, doing something that you enjoy, that objectively, you know, you're not going to progress in life from, and you will still have a better time than talking to modern women. Guys, modern women, get this. Modern women are losing to pixels on a screen. That's how bad this is, man. Dudes would rather play video games. They'd rather go and do their hobbies. You know, there are dudes out there who would rather, like, paint, I don't know, Warhammer pieces than to have relationships with these women. And you know what? I don't blame these men. But
yeah, and I don't blame them either. And it's, in my opinion, it's because these women keep showing time and time again that they're not worth men's time. And time is subjective. Like, everyone has different criteria for what they deem their time is worth, but it really doesn't matter when the majority of men are saying, okay, this isn't worth our time. Because if that wasn't true, then we wouldn't be seeing women posting these videos. Women would be getting dates, women would be getting married or not married or whatever, you know, whatever you want to do with your life. It's not my place to tell you how to live your life, but that's not the case. What's happening is men are not dating, men are not talking to women, men are avoiding women, and I think it has a lot to do with just the sheer risk that you encounter when you approach a woman. If you approach the wrong woman, you can get into a lot of trouble. You can lose your job. You can lose a lot of things. So you don't run into that issue if you go play a video game. A video game is not going to call the police on you and tell the police that you are harassing it. A woman could. I mean, not all women do it, but it's still a risk you're gonna have to take. And is it really worth the risk? Most men say no.
There's the answer to your question.
If you can buy $30K for a car, you can pay $30K for me.
That's the least amount of my money.
The least?
Get that French toast out of here.
Exactly.
Man, I gotta get some Kevin Samuels sound bites. I've been considering making like a soundboard to have some sounds on. And there's one line that Kevin says. He says, "Get a dog and die alone." I just want to get that soundboard specifically for that sound bite that Kevin said.
Get that French toast out of here.
No, obviously.
Yeah, no. Another thing, this isn't hating on women, okay? I'm not trying to hate on women. What this video is about is like to hopefully help both sides, because we really shouldn't be fighting against each other. We should be helping each other. But men are so convinced that women are bad, and women are so convinced that men are bad, that I would love if we could just sit down and talk about it and have a discussion rather than just roasting each other. Because yes, we're human, we all do stupid things, we all make mistakes, but until we can actually have a discussion and see why these people are the way they are, I don't think this is going to change. The needle's not going to change in either direction. But it's still good to know this, because it's good to protect yourself against entitled men or women, you know?
Could be what? A payment plan? I'm done with the payment plan.
Can you do like a down payment?
Obviously, yeah.
She's getting plowed this weekend and just referred to you as just some guy that she used to know.
I have a question. Do men come with communication, or do we have to buy that separately?
No. Do women come with a decoder from all those hints y'all be speaking in?
That's what boys would think. Like, just think for a second.
We do. That's why you have a ceiling fan above you. Because a man thought about it and invented it. And these LED strip lights, a man thought it up. Oh, and your AC unit, a man thought of that. Your Wolverine nails, a man thought of that too. Come to think of it, a man thought of everything that you use on a daily basis. Dang, that's tough.
And now, all my friends have noticed that the man has stopped making the first move.
What is happening to my ears right now, guys? This is worse audio quality than my usual videos.
All my girlfriends are like, they're waiting. It's the third date, fourth date, a week later. He hasn't gone in for the kiss. He doesn't do any touch or anything.
I just don't know what's going to happen, and I'm worried that I'm and all my friends and like we're all going to end up single.
I realize.
You know what makes me laugh about the MGTOW, like men going their own way, right? Why are women so, like, a legit question. I don't understand why women are mad about that when they're the ones that say we don't need men. So if you don't need men, then why would you care if they're doing their own thing and they're not paying attention to you? Because you don't need men, right? So it's kind of contradictory if you really think about it. If these men that say we don't need men stop approaching us, stop doing anything, and then a moment later the script flips and now they're going, I don't like MGTOW. Men shouldn't be doing that. They should be paying attention to me. Okay, then you need men. Case closed. There's no rebuttal. Well, I don't need. No, you do, because if you didn't need men, you wouldn't be complaining about not being able to, about MGTOW, about any of that crap. So you do need men. Just admit it. Okay?
Today that I have nothing to offer a man. Nothing. And I feel like it took, number one, it took me 32 years to realize it.
You may not have anything to offer a man, but if you don't have kids and you're pleasant to be around and you're broke, even if you're broke, I've seen men date broke women. Totally seen it. I've dated broke women. I don't care if she's pleasant to be around and you can do a lot of free dates. You can go to a park. You can do some cheap dates. You can go to have a picnic. Go make a meal for someone and get to know them. But that's the thing. These women don't want that. It's cheap. You're poor. You're broke. That's what they're going to tell you. But, if this woman wasn't like that and she would just appreciate a cup of coffee or a picnic in the park, I think she'd get a great man. Just saying.
Because I just found that out today, so I was today years old when I realized it. And then it took me a lot of pride swallowing to be able to admit it.
The good men, where are they? I keep seeing that video. They're hiding. All of your videos of, screaming and saying how much you hate men and your icks because I don't know they breathe. They just decided they're going to be hiding for a while. They're done. They're taking a vacation from women. They're probably at home. If they're not at work, they're at home. And they're just watching TikToks of women horrified
being very, very happy that they made their choice to just be single and choose peace over crazy toxicity.
I'm also a stripper.
Now, what is...
Notice all those men popping their balloons. Those men don't want women like that. I mean, how do you know what she's been doing? You know, crazy. They all pop their balloons.
Ooh. All right, well, Nucci, that is all the balloons popped. Rejected. But
Man, it's crazy. These shows, by the way, like, so what they do is they stand here and they have someone introduce themselves to a line of the opposite gender, and if you pop
wouldn't
your
wanna date a
balloon, then that
stripper
means
either,
you're no longer
you know?
interested. You've come across a deal breaker. This woman, I believe the
Can't say I
first
blame
thing
those
that she
men.
said was that she's a night dancer, as it were, and every single dude popped the balloon. You mean to tell me that 100% of guys in, like, most lines, if you were to do this cross-culturally, I reckon this would be huge.
Mhm.
But you mean to tell me that just all of these men were just all insecure, and that's why we don't want to date night workers?
no, that's
It's
not
so crazy, guys. Whenever dudes have boundaries, whenever they have standards or things that they don't want to have a serious...
There's probably a small amount of men that are insecure about that stuff, but when we're talking about problems, we're talking about majority, right? So if 90% of people just go, hey, that's just not, I don't value that in a woman, I don't want that in a woman, you do you, but I don't want that. That's the answer. There probably is a small amount of men that are just insecure about that, but and the reason, in my opinion, why I think most men don't want to date strippers is I don't know, why are you showing your body to the world? You know, if you're gonna get married to that woman and then she's like, hey, hon, I'm going to work, and she's gonna go get naked or get mostly naked, like, what else is she doing? You know, are those kids gonna be yours in the future, or are they gonna be some other dude's kids? It's just a whole bag of problems that most men don't want to deal with, you know?
this relationship with, modern women oftentimes lose their minds over it. They can't handle it.
But we do thank you so much for coming on. Let's go ahead and give it up for her, guys.
Thank you, guys.
So the problem that men are having with women is that there are women who are 6s and they're trying to land men who are 10s. And so you have this huge population of women going for this teeny tiny population of men. So what I would recommend to women is to really get real about your level, right? Like, don't lower your standards, just get real about where you measure up.
Yeah, don't lower your standards. You see, women like to really dice words and they like to confuse themselves with this stuff. Here's how it works. Women have very low standards for men that they are attracted to. They have very high standards for men that they are not very attracted to. For example, men who are not very attractive, oh, he has to bring a certain lifestyle, he has to pay for this, he has to look after her, he has to provide and care for her. The man who's attractive does not even need to take her out for sushi, guys. And I love, by the way, these videos, man. Don't lower your standards. This woman is like a dating coach. Love Quest coaching. So she coaches women on what to do. And one of the first things that comes out of her mouth is, don't lower your standards.
So if you can look in the mirror and be like, okay, you know what? I'm a solid 6, maybe 7, right? So then find other 6s and 7s. There are so many, right? The problem is people are cutting off their odds of meeting people because they're trying to date in this tiny window of people who aren't really for you. For some.
Just by the way, a lot of women will look in the mirror. They will think to themselves, "Oh, I'm quite attractive, so I need to be able to date a man who's quite attractive." The problem is, guys, when you take away these women's appearances, a lot of them have nothing to offer whatsoever. So you could be a super attractive woman, but if you're competing for a super attractive guy, you're probably not really ever going to get him. Because a lot of the women who are very attractive, they don't have anything to offer. They're so incredibly entitled. Their head has been blown up by social media this entire time.
Right.
And so they're completely undateable.
Yeah, I definitely agree with him on that. I would also add, I mean, he might even add it here in his video, but I would also add that a lot of women, you've seen any Taylor the Fiend videos, he says a lot in his videos, which is women do have options. They have a lot more options, especially if you're attractive, right? If you're an attractive woman, you have so many options. With that many options, you can afford to be picky. But good rule of thumb is usually if she's a really attractive woman, she's probably going to be really entitled, right? Really entitled, picky. She can afford to be picky. She's attractive. She can get any man she wants because there's lots of men that want her. Where if you're an average woman, 5'6", you're not ugly, but you're not the most beautiful thing in the world, you're not going to have those options because men don't want, attraction isn't the sole thing that men care about, but it definitely is a big factor. It's usually, and I would say, a good driving factor if a man wants to even say hello to you or do anything, if he's going to go do that, right? Most men now are just so tired of this crap that they don't care. They're just going to move on. They're going to go live their life, and they're going to go find their own happiness without women. And that does hurt women in the long run, and I think it's sad that there are good women out there that get thrown on the wayside because there's so many bad apples in the bunch. But, if you really want to fix this problem, we have to acknowledge the faults on both sides, not just on women.
Completely and utterly undateable, guys. So women will do this. They'll be like, I'm attractive, that's enough. But it isn't. The dudes are not just looking at how attractive you are when they are considering you for a relationship. Point in case, as soon as this woman mentioned that she was a night worker earlier, all of the guys said, oh, hell no, and they dipped out immediately. Let's keep going.
For some reason, something has happened in your life. Maybe you need therapy. He doesn't think you need therapy. But something has happened that, somebody wrecked you. Because the way that you view men is so sad.
I do not hate all men at all. I know that there are a lot of good men out there. I think the ones...
But they're not coming for you. The good men aren't coming for you, and so I want you to, in the most loving way, I want you to look at yourself and be like, why are the good men not coming for me?
Right? Guys be like, I miss her so much. Baby, what do you miss? The days you...
I don't think men really do this. And usually, and again, opinions here, take it with a grain of salt. I used to think that when I was immature and stupid and young. If you're young and dumb, you're gonna have that, the crushes and the feelings for women. But as you get older, you just kind of realize it doesn't matter. Because if you're thinking about her and she's not thinking about you, move on, dude. You need to have effort on both parts, and it sucks. It sucks that you don't want to do that, but once you've had your heart broken so much, it's so bad to say this, and I hate to say this, but really, there's good and the bad, right? If you get your heart broken, you start to learn what you do and you do not want in a partner, whether it be a man or a woman, right? But don't hold that against other people. I think a lot of people do that. They hold on to that and they're going, and I've been guilty of it. They go into a relationship and they hold on to those emotions that they've had in past relationships. And they think, oh, is this person going to cheat on me? Is this person going to lie to me? Is this person going to, or whatever, right? And I think women think that too. They think the same thing when they're interested in a man. Is this guy going to cheat on me? Is he going to lie to me? Is he going to do blah, 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 XXX, fill in the blank, right? I think both people do that. But if a woman's asking if you miss her, to me, I mean, depends on the context of how she's saying it. But if she was talking about this, I'd just walk away.
Always had to pay for, your bank account always being empty, or all the lies she told you. Forget her, you deserve better.
I like this one.
Okay.
Pause.
Remember
me? Yeah, where are you? I'm here because I need a husband.
We're skipping this video, man. Absolute trash.
That's
Get out of
scary.
here. I swear half the TikTok videos are just this nonsense where women try and make skits to promote their OF accounts. Let's keep going.
Being single forever.
Ew, what the hell? Oh, what the hell, man?
What the
Oh, hell
hell?
no. She's shape-shifting. Oh.
What the heck is that? Is that like a...
That is actually horrifying.
Yeah. What the hell? That's fucking
By the way, I'm just gonna go back for a second. These are the same individuals who oftentimes say they want a man with integrity, right? They want a man who's honest and straightforward, who doesn't beat around the bush.
Dumped.
You don't even know what these
the hell
people
is
look
that,
like,
dude?
man. They try to have
They're just
discussions about
lying to
honesty
you.
and morals, but I don't even know who is being presented here.
What
You know,
the
these
hell,
people go out
man?
on dates with a dude. They expect the dude to be transparent, and you don't even know what the hell the woman looks like.
That's
insane.
scary.
Hi. Sorry to bother you. Are you single? Yeah. Okay, I will take the chat. Thank you.
Gotcha, bitch.
That was rude. Rude. Come on. Look at that. Could have been a really nice girl. That's rude. You don't need to do that. Come on. Come on. This is why women get mad. Don't do that.
What's your body count?
Poor girl.
2.
I kind of feel bad.
3.
Lies.
What was yours again?
Mine's 1.
Why the fuck you
Yeah.
lying?
I don't think they're getting
1.
this.
3. What the hell?
Yeah, you got multiplied by 3.
No. Oh my God. No.
It's more than 3.
Literally 1. Like
Every girl lies.
Exactly, y'all lying, right?
Every girl on here, I guarantee, are lying.
I saw a video the other day. A girl's like, men are afraid to come up to us. They're not afraid to come up to you. I mean, maybe some feel a little insecure, but by and large, they're just like, I don't need this aggravation today. I don't need some diva aggravation today, because more often than not, what do? Nasty, like a little attitude, puckered lips. You know the pucker lip. They're tired. They're tired. They're tired of getting made fun of. They're tired of being, abused. They're tired of getting, oh, I'm a meme now. Because why? Because I looked your way for 2 seconds in the gym?
Guys, I can't.
And see, by the way, dudes don't want to approach women. There's many different reasons for this. But even just in public settings, it can oftentimes be incredibly uncomfortable, right? Women will come to the gym, they'll be wearing the most ridiculous stuff, clearly looking for attention, and so you have to spend the entire damn time actively avoiding looking in their direction. It's actually incredibly unpleasant, guys. Incredibly unpleasant. A lot of times women go, for example, into the gym, they have like their tripods set up and all of this kind of thing. And then these same girls are like, wow, why is it that men don't approach me? Women who invite a whole bunch of male attention, by the way, just right off the bat, they're not worth approaching, right? Why do women need to farm attention from men? You've already lost at that point. If you need to go out there and deliberately try and get attention from men, ironically enough, you're not even worth the attention.
I don't want to put her on blast, but this girl took me out to the restaurant, and now she's telling me after we ordered, she ain't got enough money. I'm shaking. Like, why would you waste my time?
Because you have to pay.
Why would you bring me out?
This is what some women do. They go and then they act like they're gonna pay, and they go, oh no, I don't have enough money. Could you pay? It's because you need to pay, bro. It's just it's deceptive, and that's how they do some of this stuff. Because if they ask you and they expect you to pay, you might say no. They want a free meal. They want a free meal, bro. Yeah, they want a free meal.
No. It's not how this works, guys.
Yeah.
I can't actually believe it. Like, what
Yes,
is
you
the
want a free meal.
if you're not in a position to date, don't be dating.
agree.
What's the...
I agree.
This man's smart, okay? So the woman wants to go on a date with him. They go out together, and then after they order the food, she tells him that they have no money, that she has no money. Like, a lot of these women, people think that this is a joke, that men are just lying about this, but no, it's very much true, guys. A lot of women are trying to go out here and use men for free things. For free food, for free attention, for free validation. You mean to tell me, guys, that I have to fork out money for women I don't know, and oftentimes I'm going to get used in that situation? It makes absolutely no sense. Complete waste of time.
most simp thing that a guy has done for you?
Oh, I'm going to New York on Monday with a guy that I barely know, and he got us the helicopter ride for 45 minutes over New York, and I barely talked to him.
You a simp! Is there any chance something happens?
He's really nice. I'm trying, but like I'm not. I've literally like I'm trying. Okay, like you want to do that for me, cool. Like, but honestly,
I'm not gonna.
I don't trust men.
What?
I just walked by a construction site and nobody tried to holler at me.
I don't care. I'm moving on.
They're just afraid. Men are scared. Men are intimidated. No, men are not afraid. They're not intimidated. It is a logical decision
I don't
that
care.
men have
I
made
don't
to
care
say,
that no
no,
one
thank you.
said
This is a
hollered at
waste
you
of
and
time
not
and
to.
this is silly.
I agree.
Women oftentimes, they pull out this gaslighting language, right? They try and interpret it differently, but it
Mhm.
has nothing to do with being afraid or scared. It's just a logical decision. Why would I go and approach you when you can just instantly ruin my social circle, for example? It's not fear doing that. It's just common sense.
Around like 53%, according to this one study.
There are a lot of single mothers who go after weak men. A lot of women will tell you, oh, being a stepdaddy is honorable. They know damn well that man ain't gonna get nothing out of it. They know damn well that they can up and leave, take half of his income, get alimony. Depending on if they are able to swindle him into legally adopting the children, they can put him on child support. In certain states, you don't even have to have the man legally adopt him. If you can prove that he played a father figure role, you can put that man on child support. When men decide to take on responsibilities that are not theirs, they're taking a very big risk. I do not see how it's worth it. Women are usually the ones that leave the relationships. Imagine getting into a relationship with a woman, she got a child, you become attached to the child, then she up and leave. Knowing you got an attachment to that child, and then she look at you and say, you're not your kid, no way. Women do it all the time. A lot of women do it, and they don't have no problem doing it.
Men are better than women. This is something that was hard for me to accept until today when I read the article, 10 reasons why men are better than women. I mean, just from the headline alone, you can tell this is gonna be really good. So I'm gonna read you guys some of the reasons. Men are better at opening things. That's actually so true. I don't.
Such a stupid reason. Who cares? Who cares? That's not a reason why men are better than women. That's so stupid.
know how to open anything. I've never tried it, and I don't plan to. Men can drive. It says men use.
Okay, women can drive too. Holy shit, this is like a pretty sexist article. Maybe this is just a joke. Maybe it's just a joke article, and she's just maybe I'm being trolled.
The rearview mirror to check their
God.
surrounding. Women use them to apply lipstick. That's true. Ladies, driving is for guys.
I'm pretty sure this is a joke.
Personally, I didn't even know the mirrors were to see other cars. I really thought it was for lipstick.
Oh my god.
Jesus was a man.
Oh my god.
So true. Thank you.
Do you listen to what our young women, what comes out of their mouths these days? They ask somebody, what do you bring to the table?
That's
so
funny.
Look at me now.
I am the table.
What do you bring to the table? Our women don't say, I have brains, I can do this, I can help you take your business to the next level. They think this is the table. I have breasts, I have nyash.
This is so true, man. Okay, a lot of modern women get asked this question, what do you bring to the table? And they actually have no answer that any man would be remotely interested in.
Because they don't bring anything really except their bodies, which is really funny because when they say that, it's almost like they're contradicting themselves. I thought you weren't a set of holes. Then why are you saying that's something you bring to the table? Oh well, I bring my body, I bring holes. Does anyone else see the irony in that, or is it just me?
I've noticed that a lot of women will either say, I am the table, or then they'll start talking about their income or something as if men give a damn. Men are not interested in your income. We're not out here looking for women to provide for us, because I think that men innately understand that women are never going to provide for us anyway. But guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, remember to leave your thoughts and your comments. I'm going to leave Darius M and Matrix of Madness pinned in the top comment, so make sure you go and...
Yeah, so I'm gonna do the same. Leave a link in the video. Definitely watch more of his content. It's good stuff. Makes some good points. Yeah. We'll see if the YouTube gods allow me to keep this on YouTube. Alright, thanks for watching. That's it.